Greetings to our St. Paul's family, both near and far. Needed to give you a little bit of an update, and it's way too much to do on the phone tree, so just wanted to do a little video here this morning. It's going to have two pieces to it. We're going to go through part one, and then I'll splice in part two. Just needed to kind of bring you up to speed on a couple decisions council made this week, and a couple things that we've got going on. And first of all, this year, 2020, back in January, February, we had one project this year. And that one main project was going to be this beast that you can see behind me. That's our boiler that we needed to look at getting replaced because of repairs and age and efficiency and all those things. And in order to do that properly, we needed to get a company to come in and kind of analyze what we have, do drawings, come up with specs for basically the boiler and the whole building. And then also administer the bidding process and the construction and all those types of things. And we've kind of been pairing that lately with asking for your help as far as streaming is concerned, getting our streaming up and running and integrated into the building. I mean, we're up and running, but integrated into the building so that we're not looking at having microphones and laptops and cameras all along the front of the church. Sound system, all that kind of stuff. So the first three stages of our bidding process and getting through figuring out what we need boiler wise came to about $5,700, and due to the generosity of lots of people near and far, we actually have come up with enough money to take care of those three stages. We've got that taken care of, so thank you all very, very much. That moves us into stage two as far as the boiler is concerned. And I do need to say that there were a lot of people that gave funds to the church. And what they did was they notated on it for boiler or streaming. So we thank you for giving us that flexibility. What we found was that we could accomplish the three stages of the boiler with what's come in so far. But then we could not fully accomplish the streaming with what's come in so far. So we decided to notch one thing off, and we've taken care of the first three stages of our boiler program to get us to the point where we can start looking at what we've got to do next as far as the boiler is concerned. The streaming, we're still looking at about 6,000, between 5,000 and 6,000 that we need to come up with to get the streaming integrated into our building. So we're going to talk about that in a minute up there, but you can see the beast behind me. This is what we need to replace. So first of all, we wanted to thank you for your generosity, getting us to the point where the first three stages are going to be able to be paid for. But we did get the number for our new boiler and the installation and construction and all those pieces, and it came in. I was told it's a good number. Of course, it's a shocking number, but it was a number for me that I was hoping was going to be a little bit less. But it's something that we're going to be looking at moving forward with, but we've got to figure out how we're bringing in those funds. And just to give you the update, the boiler, a new boiler for our building came in estimated at about $70,000. So we don't feel like we can move ahead until we probably get at least half of that number coming in. And I know it's hard asking for this. You guys know I hate talking about money. But we're looking at, we've got to try, and we've got the first three stages done for the boiler. We've got to get our streaming integrated into the building, about another $6,000. And then on top of that, we have to look at a new boiler, which is going to be about $70,000. So we've got a long row ahead of us, but God has certainly blessed us, and anybody that can give anything, $5-10 helps in the long run. If you're able to give more, that's fantastic too. But just wanted to give you the update on where we are boiler wise. And I'm actually going to go upstairs into the sanctuary for the next part of the video so that I can show you what it looks like in there streaming wise, and get us so that you know what we've got to do as far as getting that taken care of. So thank you, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so now we're upstairs. We're in our sanctuary space. We've already talked about our boiler situation downstairs, and I wanted to give you a little update as to where we are upstairs. You can see behind me, you'll see lots of orange ribbon all over the place. That's for, we are potentially looking at opening back up October 4th. And we've had to block off pews and make sure people are sitting at an appropriate distance. And a video will be coming out next week as far as our procedures for getting back into the building and back in for worship. But I wanted to just give you a little bit of an update up here as far as our streaming is concerned. And I'm going to spin the camera so that I can show you what we're looking at when I'm up here on Sunday mornings. I've got microphones over here. I've got a soundboard down here. I've got all this stuff right here for me and for the camera. And all this stuff is kind of sprayed all the way across the front of the church. So it's one of those things where, when we get back into worship, we don't want all this stuff all over the place. And my gimbal just went wacky on me. But we don't want all this stuff all over. So what we're actually looking at doing is, if you look in the back of the church, way back there where that clock is hanging on the balcony, that's where we want to mount a camera. And all of that on in the back of the church. Upstairs, that's where we're going to put the control board and everything for controlling the streaming and sound and all of those pieces that go along with it. So as far as we are concerned, I'm going to spin you back around again. There we go. So as far as up here is concerned, that's what we're looking at. That's where we're still in that $6,000 to $7,000 range. Depending on computers and all that kind of stuff. The bid came in to get the streaming in at about $6,000, and then on top of that, we still have to look at a computer system to get everything up there and running. We have about $1,000 that's there to go towards getting that streaming taken care of. So that's why I said the numbers are a little fluid, between 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. So if you're able, again, to help us out so that we can get rid of all this stuff up front and be able to stream it from the back and do it in a way that's going to really help us as far as the church is concerned, and quite honestly make it a little bit easier for me because I come in Sunday morning and I have to set all this stuff up every Sunday morning to get us out there online. So if you're watching from a distance and you'd like us to continue streaming, we would greatly appreciate anything you can give to help us get towards that point. And we continue to move forward from there. And we want to make sure that we thank God for all the blessings that He's given us. He's blessed us quite a bit this year. And we want to make sure that we thank you all for your generosity, for your caring, for your support of St. Paul's Lutheran Church here in Corry, to keep us going through this time and to look at what we're going to be able to do in the future. So again, thank you very much. Between our boiler and the streaming, that's kind of where we are, folks. And you know me, I hate talking about the money, but I had to get it out there to you to let you know where we're at and what we're doing. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope to see you online on Sunday morning. And then we're potentially looking at October 4th for opening back up in the building. And again, a video will come out next week about the procedures and everything that we need to put in place to get the building back open. So thank you very much. God bless and have a great weekend.